What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here in the shop again, and still got my buddy's New Holland in here doing some work on it. Still waiting on the evaporator core to come in, doing a few other repairs that he wanted done. Since he can't use a tractor anyway, he wanted me to go over several things and look at it and do whatever I thought needed to be done. One of those things is the third function for the front end loader. He has a WR long valve on here for running a grapple, and it hasn't worked really correctly since it was installed, and it was installed by the tractor dealership that he bought this tractor from. And it did work for a little while, a very short period of time. He never bothered to carry it back. It got to where it was you just had to click the button several times to get it to operate. Then it got to where it won't hardly work at all. So I'm checking it out to show you what I found here that they did. First of all, I pulled the shifter top off. I'm testing in here the buttons and stuff. That's on the top of the joystick there. Testing for voltage and stuff. Not really finding what I'm looking for. Anyway, on the bottom side over here, well, here's your the valve here from WR Long. They put some quick connectors on it. I have no idea why the wires are cut off that short, and they put butt splices on it right there where it goes in the valve. I don't know what they were doing there. They didn't put any kind of grease or anything to seal these connections up. They didn't bother to heat shrink the connections, solder anything. They put the solenoids up under here so that they're getting mud in them, but I cleaned all the mud out of the connections. I'm going to go back and put some grease and stuff on them to keep the corrosion out of them. Clean all these up. You can see the corrosion in there. But anyway, the main thing that I found here is, check this out. Can you believe that a tractor dealer did this? This is the power wire coming to the solenoids. They tapped this wire out of the cab somewhere. That's a 12-volt power wire. They put a butt splice on it. That's all fine and dandy. But these are the power wires going into the switch. These are the power wires going into the relay. And because these wouldn't fit up inside of the butt splice connector, they simply wrapped the freaking wire around it. No solder, no nothing, just wrapped it around there. Put some tape on it, just like that right there. Can you believe that a tractor dealer would do that and then deliver the tractor to somebody? I mean, what kind of connection do you think that's going to make? That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's why you just about have to know something about this stuff yourself. Really, I wouldn't be real happy with these butt splices the way they're done. I mean, they're not heat shrinked or anything. They should have been soldered and heat shrunk. You know, butt splice is all right for some things, but I mean, that right there is just, that's just sad right there that they would do something like that. Anyway, I just wanted to show this to you guys, what I ran across here while I was working on this. So I'm going to get this patched up here. Alright guys, I'm going to fix this here a little bit closer to the way it should be fixed. I thought I'd throw this in the video, that way if there's anybody that works at a place that does work like this, they can kind of figure out how it should be, because this is aggravating. Anybody with any common sense should be able to figure that out. Makes no sense to me why you would do a repair that away. So I'm not sure if the heat shrink that I got is going to be big enough. It probably isn't, but I bet we can get a good connection on it, and I bet it'll operate. Alright guys, there we go. Got you focused in there a little bit better. All I did was basically twist all the wires together at this point, and I'm not sure that my heat shrink's going to cover this. It probably will not. That's okay. We'll put some tape on it. Will be still better than what they had. Let's see, I'll get this wire hot here. we're going to put some solder on there. That seems to be the key factor that they left out. Twist the wire together like that. That's crazy. That wire still got power going to it. Touch my dang solder to the tractor frame. Trying to get a little bit on the bottom side on the iron there to get it start heating the wire up a little better. Get in contact with it. Soldering iron is not very big. It take a little bit to get the wires hot here. And you want to feed the solder into the wire. Get the wire hot, feed the solder in there. Alright, we'll let the joint cool off there for a minute. Alright guys, the wire's about cooled off. Let's try to slide our heat shrink over. This heat shrink ain't quite big enough, I do not believe. Alright guys, we got some heat shrink on there. It's almost not big enough. And then I'm just going to rub the soldering iron across the top of the heat shrink to shrink it down. And then I'll put some tape on that in a minute. It will be good. Wish I had one size larger heat shrink, but I don't. So this will have to work. Alright guys, this is the job they did connecting it to the joystick there. They pull this panel back and they run these and they got this wire just taped up however. They put these little butt connectors on there. And as you can see, they didn't get a good crimp on them. One of them had come loose because only one function would work. One button on the grapple would work anymore. And then when I reached in here and pulled these out, two more of the wires pulled off. So out of 4 wires, they got a decent crimp on one of them evidently. So that's also a problem. So what we're going to have to do is sort out which one of these wires go to what here now. And then I'm going to solder them together and put some heat shrink on them as well. Well, it should have been done to start with. Alright guys, I got that soldered up, heat shrink. I put the solenoids back up under here. I put some dielectric grease in the connections of them. You can see I got some on the wires there. I got these here, heat shrunk, soldered heat shrunk as well. And I'm going to tie these wires up out of the way, get some zip ties and fasten them up properly. I just got them stuck right there for now. But what I want to see is if it works. You can hear the motor all down, see the hose flip. I don't know which one of those is for open and close, how he wants the buttons done, but I can swap that right here where they plug in at, or I can swap we can swap the fittings around up here. I don't know. It looks like both of these are the same, so it won't really matter. We can just swap hoses when he hooks his grapple up to it. But anyway, I think we got on the problem side. I hope you guys enjoyed the little quick video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.